Comrades, I'm sure we are all aware that an attack has been launched, particularly to the public.
Over 350 civil society organizations and 10,000 people have come together to demand an end to the current secrecy bill. We believe that it will close down the space for the media to be able to report on corruption. It'll stop civil society from being able to access information. Ordinary South Africans have voted this government and governments in all the provinces into power. Ultimately, they need to be reporting back to us. What government is trying to do now is put in place a law which will make it much more difficult for us to understand how politicians are making the decisions they're making, and we'll increasingly start having a state that looks like the apartheid era state, with the secrecy laws and mistrust being the order of the day.
The right to freedom of expression is enshrined in a range of international and regional treaties. Each of these instruments also provide for the limitation of this right on the basis of national security.
We shouldn't forget, in countries like America under George Bush, the use of national security, of the national security interest, was a way to take away freedoms from citizens in other democracies. In the same way, there seem to be a group, and we shouldn't say all politicians, but there are a group of politicians who want to use the excuse of national interest in order to make lives easier for spies, make life more difficult for citizens to access information, and certainly ease the way for the corrupt to steal money unhindered by public scrutiny. And these are reasons why the secrecy bill must be stopped.
We remain convinced that conceding to such demand will be tantamount to shredding this bill, even before it becomes a law. To allow anyone to put national security information in the public domain with the hope that such action may, in the unlikely event, be deemed to be in the public interest would be simply reckless.
Civil society organizations made submissions to Parliament, but MPs have not listened to civil society organizations. As a result, what we've said is the only thing that is left to do is to educate and to mobilize communities through workshops that have been held over the last few weeks across the country.
What happened to democracy? For what did I vote? What happened to freedom of expression? Where will I get my information?
The right to know. So tell us, how did you get to know about the campaign? I was in Mixed. I saw this in Mixed. I saw it on Mixed. Yeah.
And now in Cape Town, on the 27th of October, we're expecting thousands of ordinary South Africans led by interfaith leaders from mosques and synagogues and churches and civil society organizations to march to Parliament and to tell the parliamentarians that it is time that they put a stop to the secrecy bill, which will undermine our constitution and take away our freedom.